Welcome to Massive Late Fee. And now your hosts, Mark and Carol.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Massive Late Fee. My name is Mark. With me as always is my fiance Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. It's been a good week here. It's November 14th, 1998. I see you bopping to the music there.
It's boppy music.
Yeah. Speaking of boppy music, I want to...
Bop.
But speaking of boppy music, we need to sit down sometime soon and get a new theme song for Slayer Talk.
Yes.
Please. But speaking of new, Carol, there's something new that we know about.
What's that?
A new mall called Great Lakes Crossing has opened up, and we've visited.
Yeah, it is gigantic.
We recently visited Great Lakes Crossing. No edits. Mall's theme song, let us entertain you. Great Lakes Center is the new embodiment of new retailing era. The evolution of the shopping mall will reach a new pinnacle when Great Lakes Crossing opens its doors Thursday. This paper is from a few days ago. But we were there. In the intense competitive retail world, it isn't enough these days simply to offer goods for sale. Entertainment is required. There has never been anything to this degree. The range of sophistication of the stores, entertainment venues, and restaurants all in one place, said Michael Crossan, chief executive of IGA Incorporated, an international retail design architecture company based in Southfield. It just makes it sound so magical, doesn't it?
I guess.
When you hear about CEOs saying that, it's never been more entertainment or whatever. I do have, if you're interested in it, and I think you are, I do have if I can pull it up here. There we go. A listing. Now, we've been there. And everyone, I would say go, right? I mean, it's...
Oh, yeah. It's super fun. I mean, your feet hurt by the time you're done because it's so big, but it's a super fun mall.
But it's near the Silver Dome and everything. It's, so it's... Okay. The big things are Burlington, Marshalls, Oshman's. There's a big FYE in the center. There's a Bass Pro Shop. There's a JCPenney.
Who cares about that?
There's a JCPenney outlet store. There's a Bed Bath & Beyond.
Every mall has a Bed Bath & Beyond now. Come on.
In Off 5th. TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx.
Exactly. There's the Rainforest Cafe, and right by that, GameWorks, the arcade, which is a big arcade.
Yeah, the arcade was cool. Rainforest Cafe was disappointing.
And it was. I agree. There's also a Wolfgang Puck there, and I think that's probably a lot better.
Yeah.
The Alcatraz Brewing Company. There's a giant Star Theater there, and a Stephen Barry's, everyone. So it's got a lot going for it. Let's see. The Value Mega Mall took 1.5 years and $200 million to build.
I believe it's more than a square mile.
Oh, yeah.
In size.
Yes, I agree. I would agree it's more than a square mile. But less than a 50 miles.
For sure.
An oval 50 miles. Why is it a square mile? I don't understand.
Because it's a mile.
Oh, yeah? It's interesting.
In a square. You know how all the roads are grid-shaped, right? A lot of the roads are.
Sure.
So, and typically they're spaced out a mile.
Sorry, Paris.
So when they say a square mile, you're basically talking about, the area between the four main roads.
So is that the perimeter? The perimeter is a mile?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why it's a square mile, because it's actually bigger than that. It's the whole square of the mile.
Gotcha. What about Harrison Ford? People Magazine's new choice for sexiest man alive.
Oh my goodness.
56-year-old Harrison Ford.
Can you imagine at 56 being the sexiest man alive? Like, that's an accomplishment.
I agree, but Ford says he doesn't find himself sexy at all.
Well, I mean, you don't generally find your own self sexy.
The veteran actor's credits range from the 1970s hits American Graffiti and Star Wars to 1990s smashes like The Fugitive and Air Force One. Do you know who Harrison Ford is? Then you can name some movies he's been in.
Right.
But the ruggedly handsome movie star doesn't consider himself a hunk. Quote, I never feel sexy. I have a distant relationship with the mirror.
Interesting.
But the other finalists and everything were George Clooney, Denzel Washington, Bradley Pitts, Thomas Cruise, Melliford Gibson, and John F. Kennedy Jr.
Yeah, can't argue with any of those.
Who was the best, do you think, out of those?
Probably George Clooney.
Yeah,
I think. Who do you think?
George Clooney's cool.
Who would you say is the sexiest?
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Of
definitely
those?
up there. Yeah.
Yeah, of those people, I would say Brad Pitt. Most versatile, too. He can go long hair, he can go short hair, he can go completely shaved, probably, too.
I don't think we'll ever see that.
His whole body.
I don't think we'll ever see him
Smooth
without
like
hair.
a dolphin swimmer boy.
Oh, God. That's the worst.
Speaking of smooth men, Law and Order cop again walks the mean streets, Carol.
Oh, yeah?
Chris Noth, or Noth, however you say his name, was clueless about his cyberspace fans. You know Chris Noth? Noth? You
Kinda?
don't? Okay, well, this summer, we didn't talk about it. Sorry, everyone. We don't talk about everything we watch about. But this summer, our old friend Darren Star from 90210 put out the show called Sex and the City.
Right.
And he was the Mr. Big, she calls him.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Now I know who he is.
That's who he is.
I knew the name was familiar, but...
I heard HBO's bringing that back to next season. I don't know.
Yay.
Maybe we'll talk about it next season. It was very short. I think it was like... I want to say it was like 6 episodes or 7
8,
episodes.
maybe.
Something like that.
It was
yeah.
definitely short,
It was
though.
short. It was like from June to August. It was like just a short thing in the summer. I think they were testing whether or not Darren Star could have another fucking television show. But anyway, Chris Noth was clueless about his cyberspace fans, but the one-time star of Law and Order quickly discovered that he and his detective alter ego, Mike Logan, what a name, are still beloved thanks to a tip from an online savvy writing buddy, Charles Kipps. Quote, I don't own a computer, but Charlie does, and he started talking to me about this feedback on the internet, says Noth, who finally slips back into the cop shop persona of Mike Logan. It's such a generic name. Like, I look at Mike Logan and I think of just some generic white guy, and I think of Chris Noth and I think of some generic white guy.
Well, it works. So he doesn't even own a computer, though? That's really weird.
Anyway, he's going to be in
He's rich.
Yeah, that's true. But he's going to be in something called Exiled, a new TV movie inspired by his popular Law and Order character.
Interesting. Should we watch it? I don't feel like it.
I don't either. I know
Okay.
I know you like him,
Sure.
but do you like him?
Do you like me? Check the box. Yes, no, maybe.
No, but you do think he's cute, right?
Yeah,
I think
sure.
he's so generic looking, but but Carol,
Yes.
before we talk about, speaking of generic, before we talk about what we're here to talk about, I thought it's been a while. It's time for some love, Carol.
Yeah.
It's time for some massive love. What do you think?
Sure.
Wow. The audience is all a Twitter in anticipation because of the way you just sold that just now.
I am
Very nice.
very excited.
Oh, I can tell.
about- I do love
You have
massive
to
love.
imagine what being in bed with this woman's like.
Hey now.
Do you like that? Do you like that? Sure. Okay. How about a sexy? Now this is I should say there are two distinct sections to to the Detroit Free Press, the paper that we use because we live in the Detroit area and we're not communists. Or I guess fascists. I don't know. Whatever. We don't read the Detroit News, even though they're essentially the same paper at this point. But anyway, there are two distinct sections of this. There is the what's it called? Lonely Hearts? Mm-hmm. No, it's called something else.
I don't know.
Speaking from the heart.
Okay.
So there's speaking from the heart, and then there's Wild Hearts.
Do you know why I have no idea? Because you never let me look at the fucking paper.
Yeah,
You're just
sorry.
like, no, it's a secret. He doesn't. He lets me know nothing ahead of time.
Okay. Whatever.
I can't read the paper all week long.
I know it's really a burden
tears
for
me
you,
up.
isn't it? You love the paper so much. So it's called Speaking from the Heart, and then there's Wild at Heart. They used to be in the same section, but then they broke them up a couple years ago, I think.
I think that's kind of offensive, though. Like, what if you're not wild, but you're gay? But you still have to be in Wild at Heart.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, these are all from the Wild at Heart section.
Okay. So these are all the quote-unquote deviant people.
Exactly. A sexy single black female seeking a sexy black female. Curious dancers preferred.
Curious dance. So you want
You won't be disappointed.
you want a stripper? You're trying to find a stripper in the classified ads? You're not going to.
First of all, I think there are faster ways to if you're. But do you think she means curious, like bi curious, or curious about dancing? Does she want to teach them dancing?
I don't imagine that she's putting out an ad to teach somebody to dance.
This
that
is
seems
not a-
like. I mean, then you'd be asking for money.
This is not a Footloose situation, you don't think?
No. She wants a stripper, but she should just ask them. Like, go to the strip club, be like, "Hey, baby, what's up?" See how that goes for you.
If you're such a sexy single black female, come on.
I think it's funny that she specifies that she's single, but she doesn't really care if the other person's single
Yeah, no, she just wants you to be a dancer.
and sexy.
How about a single white male, 45, seeks white female for hedonistic
Oh, geez.
LTR? I don't know what that is.
What the hell is that?
LTR.
See, they need to stop with this shit. Like, not everybody knows. Not everybody speaks your language, asshole.
Yeah, not everyone's a fucking pervert, guys. No offense to the people who are putting these ads on.
LTR.
LTR. Last time, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let the
Lighter?
Let the rear. I don't know what LTR could be. If you know what LTR is,
Write us.
Late fee 1994 at AOL.com.
Yeah.
You must be comfortable in clothing optional situations.
So, what is... I mean, like, I get hedonistic.
So he's talking about going to
But-
like a fucking nudist
Orgy.
colony. Oh, I was thinking nudist colony.
Huh. Okay.
Clothing optional situations like a nude beach, or I mean, not really the time for a nude beach, but
No.
but like a nudist colony. Is he a nudist?
Maybe.
Would you ever date a nudist?
Hell no.
Imagine we're not together.
Nope. Absolutely not.
I'm as close to a nudist as you're gonna get.
Yes.
As we sit here and record this, and I'm just in my underwear,
Yep, in his underwear.
which I like to be in most of the time.
How about you? Would you date a nudist?
No.
Yeah, it's weird and gross.
Well, also, not to let people in on too much or anything, but I'm a grower, not a shower. So, like, if I was dating a nudist, I would feel like I would also have to attend nudist events, like nudist fundraisers or whatever that she wants to. And it's like, I'm not comfortable. I have to be excited for it to be impressive.
It is quite impressive, though, ladies.
Oh, yeah, okay. Anyway, so this one really caught my attention. I feel like I want to save this for last, but it's so good, I just want to talk about it now.
All right, let's do it.
Adult movie collector would like to meet other to compare or trade.
It's like baseball cards
Yes.
for sex.
Yes.
I love
Now,
it.
I like he puts this at the end. Positively no kiddie movies.
Well, good.
I think that should be implied, though, right? Like, has he had Has he had problems in the past?
Maybe.
Of, like, meeting up with people? Let's trade porn. Let's compare our collection and trade pornography. Oh, you've got kitty pornography? I won't tell the cops, but, sorry, we can't trade.
Right?
The fuck?
Weird.
Could you imagine trading baseball cards with your friend, and then all of a sudden he pulls out and it's like, oh, those are murder victims.
Jesus.
Sorry, positively no murder victims. What the fuck?
I just think it's hilarious that they actually put out an ad to find somebody to trade porn with.
I know, it's weird, right?
Very weird. And who's going to respond? I mean, like, even if you
Adult-
collect porn, like,
Yeah.
do you really want to be friends with the other creepy person?
What a weird collection. Like, what do you do with... I know what he does.
You know what they
But-
do. Come on.
But, I mean... I don't understand. Like, what do you think the oldest porn he has is? What vintage porn do you think he's got? You know, in the fourth Friday the 13th movie, the one they actually got it right, what was it called? 6 was Jason Lives. The final chapter. It was the final chapter. It wasn't the final chapter, everyone. They watch a silent era porn movie.
Oh, yeah, I remember
and
that.
that.
Yeah. That's weird, too.
What if he has any of that?
Probably. He probably has, the really old pictures of women showing their ankles. So scandalous.
Do you have any Mary Pickford porn?
The fuck is Mary Pickford?
She was a silent movie star. I doubt she ever did a pornographic film. But I don't know. She has a funny name, so.
But, why not just go to the video store and rent it? Why would you collect it? I mean,
That's what I'm
most
saying.
people I don't think even watch it all the way through. So,
Yeah, exactly.
why do you need a collection?
I don't even really collect movies, like regular movies.
Oh, I know.
really. I mean, kind of, but it's like, but these are movies that are intensely interesting for 5 minutes, and then it's like, oh, all of a sudden I'm
Yeah.
not interested in this movie anymore. I don't know why. Assertive West suburban white male wants a versatile single/married white female, size 16 to 22, for discreet fun.
Do you have costumes that you're looking to fit them in? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, see, first of all, I don't even know what size 16 to 22 means. Like, most men, I don't believe, understand how women's sizes work. So I don't even know what that means.
Plus size.
Second of all, I'm thinking, is he trying to... I would be worried that he's trying to make a suit. That he just wants the skin.
It puts the lotion on.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
This is Jonathan Demme. No blemishes, it says.
Oh, that's even worse.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. I was going to be genuinely frightened.
But no, I guess you're right. I didn't think about the costume thing, but it probably is costumes.
Yeah.
Earthy, natural blonde, full-figured, 45 to 45, 5'6", honest, smart, funny, seeks male, smart... Oh, wait, no, this was not the one I wanted to read.
I want to know what they mean by earthy.
This is just a standard, bog standard. I go through so many of these that are just looking for discreet fun. By female for our couple looking for discreet fun. It's just
Yeah.
You got to find the ones where people actually put their personality into this.
Right.
But yeah, that was the wrong one. Sorry, everyone.
As you should be. Don't do it again.
Oh, here we go. Empty arms long for you. Single white female, 57, 5'8", 145 pounds. Seeks sensual, honest, loving man, 50 plus, for LTR.
What the fuck is LTR?
I don't know.
Long-term relationship.
Oh my God, you got it.
I think it helped to be in the context of old people.
Oh, okay. Well, not that long term.
That makes sense. Right?
Enjoy flea markets,
Oh, wow.
roses and travel, non-smoking, bald, a plus.
So the problem here is that if you're looking for somebody to enjoy flea markets with, you're really looking for your lady friends. You just want them to be bald and have a penis.
Exactly. Well, isn't that the dream, though? For your lady friends to be bald and have penises?
No. No, my God.
Oh, I thought that was... Oh, that was everyone's dream. I'm sorry.
I just had images.
Oh my god.
It's no good. All my book club bald with penises.
Oh my god. I know some of these women.
Oh, it's hilarious. Okay, sorry.
Were they growers or showers? Like, I want to know, how did you imagine their penises?
I mean, I couldn't say because they were already big. They were already erect.
So they were excited.
Yeah.
They were excited to see you. Carol's here
It's
for
my
book
fantasy.
club.
Come on.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know if I want you to go to book club anymore.
You're insane.
Yes! In this situation, I'm the insane one. The person that just had a micro fantasy about her 3 book club pals with giant erect penises. And I'm
bald
the
heads.
insane one. 2 bald heads each.
See, the thing is, you put these things out there in the world, and you have to understand what my brain does with things.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry that I said words. Makes me the freak.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. Anyway, speaking of freaks,
And geeks.
we watched I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
This movie makes me so angry.
You know what? I know what the director, writer, actors, I know what the people involved in this movie did last summer. Made a shitty film.
Yeah, yeah.
Spoiler alerts, everybody. It's not good.
No, it is not.
I, in general, liked I Know What You Did Last Summer. I think it was a good movie. Kind of a tight little story of Sarah Michelle Gellar and Ryan Felipe and
Yeah,
Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr.
I enjoyed that movie quite a bit.
Yeah, it's not a perfect movie.
No.
It's not the best movie ever made, but it's a effective little slasher.
Yeah,
Kevin Williamson is clearly a fan of Friday the 13th. I mean, he works with Steve Miner now. He sought him out or whatever. But he's clearly a fan of those 80s slasher films.
sure.
He was not involved in this movie though. He's too busy.
That makes sense.
He's too busy getting Joey and Dawson together and separated and together again, or whatever the fuck is going on with those two. But yeah, he's working on that and a movie that comes out later this year, or what was called The Faculty, and I don't know, something else. There was Halloween Just Add Water.
Sure.
Halloween H2O. He wrote that, I guess. So he's been working on all this shit and everything. So he did not have time to write this, direct it, produce it. He really.
So shame on him.
He really had almost nothing to do with it.
It's his fault. It's his fault that it sucks, not because he didn't have anything to do with it.
So Jennifer Love Hewitt's back.
Yeah, and
I have a prediction.
whatever, she's pretty, and
She's very pretty.
that's awesome, but it doesn't make up for the rest of the movie.
She's very pretty, but I find her maybe too thin. She's hot, for sure.
Do you think her boobs are fake?
No.
Because they're pretty large, but you're right, she's thin, so.
No, I think she's just blessed. That's I think women that have super skinny arms, like she has, but big boobs, that's the most genetic blessed, I think, for women.
Yeah.
Because the contrast between those two things just is, it's big. But no, I don't think they're fake. I think they're real.
Okay.
The way they move, I think I've studied, so
I see. I got the picture here.
they definitely try to get her in a white shirt as often as possible in these movies. But you know what I think is one of the funniest decisions made, in the last 3 or 4 years in movies? They decide, hey, the original I Know What You Did Last Summer. The writers sat down and said, you know what, the original I Know What You Did Last Summer. It was 4th of July, sure. but it took place in, kind of darker, dreary New England. The color palette was cool and everything. There were lots of blues and stuff like that and everything. And it was a like a grim kind of atmospheric movie, you know?
Right.
You know what we should do? We should take this to fucking sunny Bahamas. Let's go to the Bahamas and it can be a whole new experience, right? And then the writers also sat down and decided, hey, let's make there be a big storm so that everything's dark and rainy and there's a blue color palette over everything and everything. Why are they in the Bahamas?
Yeah, agreed.
I know they didn't shoot on location in the Bahamas. They shot in Mexico. But still, you shot in a warm weather climate. This might as well have just been in New England.
Right.
Why did you shoot? Why did you decide to go to this exotic location and do nothing with the actual location you're in?
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like, aside from one or maybe two scenes that have a warm color palette and everything, that dude that was in Bye Bye Love, the DJ guy, I think his name is Jack Black.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
He comes in smoking marijuana. He's like, hey, you want some doobies? Look at me, I'm white, but I've got dreadlocks.
It was so weird. Like, is he supposed to be from the Bahamas? And that's what, like, he's the local dude?
He's the
like,
kill.
Get a black guy. Like, why do we gotta make Jack Black pretending to be, like...
I don't know.
Black.
There's a lot of black people in this movie, though, and they all die first. Like, somehow every black person in the movie dies first.
Interesting.
Don't you think it's weird, though, that it's like they introduce a black character just to kill them?
Yeah.
So that our white characters can live. It's so weird.
I didn't really think about it until you pointed it out, but yeah, that's fucked up.
But yeah, so aside from a couple scenes with him where it's sunny before the rain starts, and it's like, I guess I kind of get it. You want it to be spooky and atmospheric, but it's like, don't use the Bahamas then. What? I don't understand.
I don't understand much about this movie, honestly. I mean, like, for example, Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yes.
is there in the beginning of the movie for like 5 minutes or less so they can have an argument and he storms off. Now, presumably he went to visit her on campus. That had to take some time.
Yeah.
Like, why waste the trip over a stupid argument?
Yeah, seriously. You went all the way up there and you didn't even have sex with her.
And
then she calls you and she's like, let's have sex in the Bahamas.
Yeah,
and
come with
like,
me.
I don't know.
And, and then he doesn't show back up really until the end.
No. Did he just not want to be in this movie? Was he booked?
Can you blame him?
Not at all. I mean, I think he probably would have been happier if he hadn't been in the movie at all.
Yeah.
But he serves basically only as like a breakup of the story so that they can cross-cut between him and whatever's going on in the island.
I mean, there's like one scene where him and his friend get attacked.
Yeah.
And that's like separate, like you say, from everything else going on.
And how do they know the killers? Like how do they know he's coming? How do they know when he's coming? So okay, we'll set this up real quick. So the end of the last movie, the guy, whatever his name is, Ben Willis, Bruce Willis's brother, Ben Willis, the killer, went into the water or whatever, and they were like, "Oh, he's dead," but maybe not because they never found his body. And so she's like PTSD. She
is PTSD.
She personifies PTSD. But she doesn't. She's fucking terrified of everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little overkill with the PTSD, like screaming in the middle of class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he didn't die, presumably, and spoilers, we find out he didn't die. She is not sure what she wants to do. Freddie Prinze Jr. wants her to come down to the place where all the horrors happen.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know that I want to do that. They get a call, her and her roommates or whatever, her friend, played by Brandy. And it's a radio station saying like, hey, if you answer this fucking question, you'll win a getaway. And the question is, what's the capital of Brazil? Which they say Rio de Janeiro. And I said this to you. I leaned over in the movie theater. And because they're like, yeah, you're right, you win the trip. And I'm like, that's not right. It's Brasilia is the capital of Brazil. What the fuck?
But the other weird thing about this is they weren't listening to the radio. They didn't call in. The radio called them. I've seen...
Yeah, that's also weird.
I've seen that in other movies and shows. Like, it's just lazy or whatever, like having the radio show call you. But, like, that does not happen.
But this movie was so stupid, I legitimately thought, did they just get it wrong? Mm-hmm. And I was like, maybe this is like a hint that this is bad or whatever. Like, maybe they're planting seeds.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty big hint. But for geography nerds, I guess. But I wasn't sure. I was like, maybe they could have just got it wrong. But no, it is a hint. Because they bring it up later that Brasilia is the capital of Brazil.
So, yeah. So they get a free trip for 4 to the Bahamas, which seems like an excessive price for a radio show also.
Yeah. Well, during the rainy season, too. So, you know.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But anyway, so she calls Freddie Prinze Jr. and she's like, I want to go on this trip. And he's like, what the fuck? You can go to the Bahamas for free at this luxury resort, but you can't come to fucking Massachusetts?
I have a question, though.
What?
What's the point? Why does the killer bring them to the Bahamas to kill them? Why not just kill them there? Like, why waste your money bringing them there?
Why waste your money and why kill all the other people?
Oh my god, yeah, everybody gets killed. Everybody in the movie.
It turns into a slasher movie.
Yeah.
Like a straight-up slasher movie. And I agreed. Why? Who gives a fuck about these people? Why do they want to go?
Yeah. I mean, it was literally just for the kills. Like, that was the whole point.
They wanted to up the body count, I guess. But, because there was 2 people killed in the other movie. The 2 best characters were killed in the other movies. So.
Right.
But anyway.
We cared about them, so it mattered.
So, exactly. That's what made it different than slasher movies. This is just mindless trash.
Yep.
No offense to the director, but it's mindless trash.
Offense.
But so she says, Freddie Prinze, come have sex with me in the Bahamas. And he was like, I don't know, I got boat stuff to do.
And then we find out that he's planning to propose. He has an engagement ring. He tells his friend. He's not been acting like that the whole movie.
No, not at all.
Like, it seems like just a really bad writing because...
Yeah, it does. It seems like that because it is.
Like, he'd be like, oh, yeah, let's go to the Bahamas. Like, that'd be the perfect place for this. Not, fuck you.
Right. And so his buddy's like, hey, did you just turn down a chance to have sex with Jennifer Love Hewitt in the Bahamas? And he was like, well, and he goes, you know we're not catching anything, right? And he's like, yeah, but... And he's like, you're a fucking idiot. And he's like, yeah, I'll call her back. And he goes, no, don't call her back, surprise her. How did the killer know he was going to surprise them? And what road he was going to take?
He didn't.
And where, like, when they'd leave. Like, what the fuck? It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I guess we're supposed to believe that he was stalking him, but, like, you're in the middle of sending these other people to the Bahamas. That doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so they're killed. But if he was stalking him, how did he have a chance to set up the car and shit?
I don't know. It's all stupid.
So the one guy's killed, and then Freddie Prinze Jr. is not there till the end of the movie where he does nothing.
Yeah, he's put in the hospital, though, by the attack.
He brings a gun so that Jennifer Love Hewitt can use the gun. He doesn't. He tries to use the gun, but it misfires. He literally comes to the island and does nothing to help.
Yeah. The only thing he does is propose, which
He doesn't propose.
Oh, I thought he did.
I don't think so.
Did I dream that?
You must have. Why did you dream about this movie?
Because I was traumatized.
It was
Are you
better than
sure?
Yeah. I don't think he does. No.
Okay.
They're living together at the end of the movie, but I don't think he proposed.
I thought he proposed to her on that fucking island.
He sold the ring for the gun.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I dreamt it. Sorry.
Anyway, so where the fuck was I? He comes and does nothing, right?
Yeah.
So the things leading up to them getting to the Bahamas and Freddie Prinze Jr. showing up to do nothing is nothing. Nothing happens. Mekhi Phifer, the boy, by the way.
What?
Brandy and Monica had that song, "The Boy Is Mine." They made that music video.
Yeah.
Mekhi Phifer was the boy in that music video.
Well,
so
I guess we know
Brandy
how he got
won.
in there. Yeah.
Although he never got to have sex with her.
No.
But anyway, so he comes with her, and then...
Why were they pretending to have sex, by the way? Remember they were, like, jumping on the bed and shit? Like, what was that about?
I think she was just jumping on the bed having fun.
Oh,
I think those were making fun noises.
I thought they were trying to make them think they were having sex.
And then she takes somebody else, some guy named Will that we've never met before.
Yeah, well, Will's, like, Jennifer Love Hewitt's, like, best friend now. Like, you know, when she freaked out in class, he followed her to make sure she's okay. He's the one she talks to. He knows all the stuff that happened. And her boyfriend's jealous of him.
Right.
Which, like, he should be.
I agree.
Yeah. So her friend's, like, pushing her to cheat on her boyfriend, which is really shitty. She's just like, just be with Will. Will's awesome. Forget about Freddie Prinze Jr.
Not a good judge of character.
No.
Because it turns out, spoiler alerts again, what we find out, the only thing we find out in the meantime is that the dude, the killer, apparently used to work on that island and had 2 children. He probably beat his wife.
Sure.
And killed his wife. And then he had 2 children, a boy and a girl. And that's the boy. And like the Will character is the boy. So it's him and his dad trying to kill Jennifer Love Hewitt. First of all, did you not care about Freddie Prinze Jr.? I know you attacked him and shit, but like... And he got knocked out. He fell down like the side of the hill or whatever and got knocked out. You didn't go down there and kill him?
Yeah, that's weird. It is.
You just left him there? But it's like, so you just want her, I guess. Whatever.
But why?
I don't know. None of it makes any fucking sense.
Supposedly, I guess because she was the one who thought she killed him in the last movie, so...
Well, Freddie Prinze Jr. was there too, though.
Yeah, but she's the one who did it.
No, she wasn't driving.
Oh. No, not in the original thing, but like later at the end of the movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. But anyway, so we find that that's the son. Daughter never shows up. I was waiting the whole time for the bartender, who's a woman who had nothing to do in this movie, to be the daughter, and apparently she wasn't because she just gets killed.
Yeah. Everybody who works in the hotel gets killed.
Everyone in the movie dies, except for Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze.
Yeah.
And then maybe the old guy at the end, because he shows up maybe at the end.
Yeah.
That might be a dream sequence or or something to try to get a sequel, but they're not going to make another one of these fucking
God,
movies.
I hope not. If they do, I'm sorry, I'm not watching it.
It's tanking at the box office.
As it should.
And it sucks. And we should have watched Meet Joe Black.
Yeah, well, maybe next week.
With I think the true sexiest man alive, Brad Pitt.
Right. What a disappointing movie.
Yes. A disappointing end to a disappointing movie.
Yeah.
Not good. My recommendation, don't see it.
Definitely. Do not waste your time.
But that is the episode this week, Carol.
So you can write us at latefee1994@AOL.com.
Yep.
Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
Yep.
And share the tapes with your friends.
All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.